This is the matchup everybody wants to see, and we get to see it early in the winners bracket. Shopify Rebellion and Optic Gaming have been going back and forth ever since this season got underway, and now we will see one of them fall down to that elimination bracket. It is the perfect way to start bracket play here in Dallas on a Saturday.
A little bit of Saturday deja vu coming at you here. These two teams, we knew they would meet yet again. However, we did not know they would meet so soon. Once again, Shopify versus Optic, due to Optic with a 50-49 Game 5 loss to TSM, puts them the second seed in the pool and makes them face now their biggest rival in the Halo Championship Series early on in your winners quarterfinal.
This is your 1 and 2 from Arlington, the first major of the year. This is your 1 and 2 from the KSAT Invitational that started before the season even got underway, and it is 1-1 if you look at those grand finals. But when it comes to HCS tournaments, it's Optic who have that win under their belt. Shopify Rebellion would love nothing more than to send Optic down to that elimination bracket early, and we're starting off with a little bit of neutral brom here on Aquarius.
Fantastic map to start things off here. Going to be an absolute bloodbath, and as we said, Shopify Rebellion taking the winners quarterfinal in Arlington. However, suffering a grand finals loss in the first series and a Game 7 loss in the second series as well. Optic with the momentum from that tournament. However, you got to think from pool play, the momentum has completely swapped over as Shopify comes out with the first seed.
All right then, DreamHack, this is going to be a series to remember. Lqgend on your screen right now, and Shopify Rebellion finding themselves 3 in the death screen early. You can see a couple of players trapped in the back of the base. Bomb is being progressed up towards the front of the Shopify base, and Lqgend is hunting. Still 2 dead here for Shopify.
Wow, 6 kills off the rip there, as you see a 4 dead followed by a 2 dead now, and fridge spawners as well. They're going to get split spawns here.
Bomb will try to stay alive. There is a player who has spawned, like you say, and split away from that fridge spawn. Shopify trying desperately. Look at that straight from LastShot, by the way. Wiggling left, wiggling right. Managed to hit the perfect shots as well. Shopify doing a pretty good job, actually, to defend this push from Optic. It felt like Optic had control for around 30 seconds there, but just couldn't get that bomb inside the base.
Like that fadeaway seeker there from LastShot. Heck of a way to get out of dodge. 2 dead for Optic, though, so finally a response from Shopify in terms of the aggression. It's 3 dead, 4 dead for Optic against 2 players alive for Shopify. That'll give them a moment to breathe.
Bomb already being progressed towards the closet here for Shopify Rebellion, and a Cykul, the youngster who would have felt heartbreak having lost that grand final. Well, now he's picking up a double kill and clearing the way for that bomb to move in. It's not just 2, he might be able to turn 3 here as Formal. He's trying to get back in towards his base to stop this bomb going in. A killing spree for LastShot as well. Bomb is down, but a couple more kills needed here for Shopify before they think about getting that arm.
It's a hero stop from Renegade. Renegade was last player alive top mid. He jumps out front base to get the stop on the arm. Otherwise, that thing would have been gone already. Big play from him to keep the team alive.
Optic have done a phenomenal job. Like you say, Renegade, the catalyst for that defensive play, but most importantly, they've got that bomb out of the base. And if you're watching for the first time here, you're walking past, you're wondering how the game type works, you have to get that bomb into your opponent's base, hold it in that arming zone until you get it armed and you get that point on the board.
Yeah, speaking of, we find ourselves in a great place here in DreamHack. If you're not in the room with us, just to paint the picture, to our right, one of the largest CS tournaments of the year. To our left, an enormous Call of Duty tournament as well. So to have Halo here right in the smack dab middle of a fantastic first-person shooter fest is pretty amazing. It's been a great weekend so far, and to be honest, we're just getting started with the Halo action here in bracket play.
We've had upsets, and now we have the 2 biggest teams in the league going up against each other early on in the winner's side. Camo did get picked up by Renegade there, but wasn't really able to put it to too much use. But Optic is starting to progress that bomb through the closet themselves. As Lqgend tries to hunt down a couple of one-shots bottom middle. Finds one onto Cykul, is 2 dead here for Shopify. Optic have the numbers, and they have the opportunity to move this objective in towards the Shopify base as Lqgend finds another. It's 3 dead for Shopify Rebellion.
Formal going to keep advancing this. They may need 1 to 2 more kills to finish this arm, and they know it. Look at the drop and shoot here.
Formal's going to find 1. Might be able to move this one in as well. Formal will actually get 2. There's 1 player top middle at the moment who's putting pressure on. It's Frosty, who's not only staying alive, but outputting damage. Formal gets the trade. 3 dead for Shopify, but 3 dead for Optic as well.
Lqgend's there.
But the respawn's already coming in here for Shopify Rebellion. Cykul's trying to just buy some time, and even though he does get down, LastShot's moving in here to clear out the base. Shopify again, kind of repeating what Optic did in their base and managed to make a last-second defensive stand.
Notice the importance there of Frosty top mid yet again. That's the 2nd time in this game. The bomb is arming yet again. That's a big touch from Renegade.
Renegade's going to try and arm this one. Cykul goes down as well, thanks to Formal. It's 3 dead for Shopify Rebellion. Stop! Frosty gets the stop though, but that bomb is pretty close to being armed.
Wow, Frosty also gets good damage on Formal, and he has spawners as well. It's a big stop again from Frosty. Back-to-back stops is one of the last players alive.
And they will get that bomb out of the base, so it's Shopify Rebellion who hold on by the skin of their teeth inside the base. That was a real opportunity for Optic Gaming to score, but just one they couldn't take.
Man, the first instance was Frosty top mid. He got very key damage, which allowed the util spawner to go util bridge, kill Formal right away. Then, as you said, Optic gets a last-second touch with that bomb. It looks like they had it done, but Frosty wins a very key 1v1 and then gets good damage on Formal to buy them more time once again. So back and forth here, complete tug-of-war off your opening 4.5 minutes.
Another camo goes the way of Optic Gaming though, but two players have fallen, even though Lqgend was output a huge amount of damage. Cykul being a nuisance, Lqgend still hitting his shots. Royal 2 for Shopify now last alive, and Optic have a chance with 4 dead on the Shopify side to maybe get this first bomb armed.
This should be good timing-wise. They might have to front up here. LastShot gonna go top mid.
Nades coming!
Good nades!
Get backed off! LastShot goes top mid, and it's 4 dead for Optic, and again! Shopify just hold on!
What a stop. Only 2 players were alive when the arm began. Fridge spawners and pink spawners, and LastShot wastes no time for the top mid angle, and they have perfect nades off the pillar from the fridge.
Optic probably looking back on these opportunities and thinking, what went wrong? Seem to have all the pieces in place to get that bomb down, get that point on the board. Royal 2 now last alive for Shopify. Again, looking across the statistics at the moment of the players, it's Formal leading the way here for Optic, 15 and 9 for Matthew Piper.
Yeah, Optic so far with a little bit of a slaying lead, but as you've seen, still netted up here 0-0, and Shopify finding a good bit of momentum. A perfect trade there, a rare one, by the way. Let's get into a listen-in here with Shopify.
Above you, above you. You are dead. One. Watch out. Watch out, Lqgend. Lqgend, go corridor.
Yo, camo 10, guys. Camo 10.
Nice,
Camo 10.
Yo, top B on nades, and then looking for one probably. Let's go this week, Yo, RP1 weak.
I'm trying to
RP1, hit him 3 times, guys. Watch out, P1. Yo, one shot.
Watch your core weak, guys. Core still, guys. Charge up.
Yeah, our break.
Still there.
To the break, guys, to the break.
They have camo.
Wait, one more break, car one. They're break car one. We got running bomb margin. Oh, car 3.
Camo's down their brick.
RB weak.
I mean, one shot.
Nice.
Camo's
Camo's
down.
Yo,
man, red bomb. Got a melee.
Dead. Good shit, guys.
Nice. Yo, I'm trying to get. We got the gen. First guy the gen.
2 up.
Two. Walker, I'll shoot. To the gen prison. Yo, Matt, just hold it. Don't juggle. To the gen. Makes it. What you 2 1-shots? 2 1-shots right now. 2 1-shots in front with back. 2 in flank. Nice, keep looking. Okay, I'm hitting brick. We got gen person now. Going to brick. I'm hitting brick. They're brick. Yo, one shot. I got you.
Let's got their engine.
Two dead.
Flex one.
He's gonna go shocks. They love shocks. Yo, they're brick right now.
Well, Shopify, as you would imagine, incredibly intense in those comms. You saw Renegade actually trying to go for a little sneaky plant there, so Optic trying all the tricks at the moment, but still, neither team able to get that bomb armed.
Look at Formal, by the way, 20 and 12 at this stage. The next closest is 14 kills. Actually, Frosty just hit 15, but still, that's quite a margin to be +8 and tied for most assists in the game. It's a great start for Matthew Piper.
Well, Formal having to play a little bit slow here as Shopify have the majority of the map in their control. You can see they're trying to move the bomb through the courtyard, but that'll be slowed down as Bound not only picks up one, but finds himself a little double kill as well. LastShot pushes out and wins the fight against Formal. And now down on car 1, you can see Renegade wins his. The bomb is down car 1 at the moment. I think Optic are trying to move this through the car side.
Bound desperately trying to stay alive, but they sniff him out. And you heard it during the listen-in. 3 dead, by the way, for Shopify. You heard it during the listen-in. Finding that last player and making sure that the priority kills coming in really has been a theme for both teams. And as you can tell by the scoreboard, after nearly 8 minutes of play, they've both done it very well.
2 dead hit for Shopify. Bomb is on the Optic side of the map as well. Cykul's trying to fly out to help clean up Lqgend. He manages to do so, but Shopify still lacking numbers on the map. Cykul and Royal 2 still in the death screen. That allows Bound to just take a little bit of a sneaky angle here. He's going to get the beat down, but not the kill. But here comes Renegade. He'll find one. Frosty was no shields, but Renegade not having any shields back as well does not want to trade in this scenario.
Similar to what we saw yesterday, despite Optic leading in the slays. Of course, it was Fortress yesterday, but still, despite leading in the slays, having to work very, very hard to get these arms on the board, and it feels like the first bomb likely to take the win here.
3 minutes, 30 seconds left on the game clock as well. Frosty finds one in his base. Renegade's going to try and get maybe the double melee. with that bomb in his hand, but instead, again, it's going to be Shopify inside of their base who are just doing such a good job to stop the Shopify pushes, the Optic pushes onto their base. Frosty, once again, makes sure to trade in and around his base. The bomb is still down. And no team really has enough control to move that in towards the base right now.
Well, we still have 3 minutes left on the clock here. Still a lot of time to play. Let's get into an Optic listen and see what they're up to.
One's weak. Last guy.
Jet Frosty weak, Jet Frosty weak. On flag. On flag weak, Frosty. In on.
Frosty's one shot the shrooms.
Watch out, flag roll 2, absolute.
Fine,
Spin
fine,
out. 2 guys spin out, 2 guys spin out.
Watch check back stream. Watch check back stream. 2 1 shots back stream.
We haven't pinned right now.
2 as well, I think, guys.
Yeah, they could be up pink.
30.
P1 one shot. Watch out.
Watch out, watch out, Frosty.
P1 weak.
Flag also.
Cykul.
You guys need to kill P1.
They're street. I can't. He's like bottom center. Car one, bounce to your right.
Alright,
Play
2 versus
live.
7.
Just play gen together.
Go high.
Good nade. Another one. Car behind you guys.
Hey, one shot high, Sabri. Yeah, other one's high behind you.
Go on, Jaman.
Argen, don't make Cykul. He's gonna kill me. He's weak Argen. Our flag. Cykul weak to your left, bound to your left. You shot Argen, guys, and one moving bomb.
Moving bomb, L2. Camel guys.
I hear. They're gonna try to hold.
They have it.
I'm gonna car Jen. Shots weak. Good Argen.
I'm running back. Got one. They still have camo.
Yo, P2 also.
That might be camo, guys.
2 shot. You guys can go card. 2 shot.
No, one thing.
Our fridge roll 2. Our fridge roll 2.
We don't know where camo's at.
I'm bomb weak, guys.
Nice, Sean. Yo, our fridge roll 2.
Yo, car 2. Yo, he.
Sure,
Camo's up on the engine. Jumping up behind you, Sabri. Jumping up behind you.
Yeah.
Your first guy, man.
Optic on the back foot here inside of their base as we come out of the listening back into the gameplay, and LastShot getting another touch on that bomb. Means that Optic are going to have to make some defensive plays here, and Formal having to play this one slow and patient in the back of his base.
Moments ago, you heard the reaction from Optic as Renegade got that kill solo in the util. It was a big one, and once again, bought them a lot of time, but Formal's able to get a toss out. Stay alive for the time being. Cykul likely going to try to move that bomb as fast as he can. Big damage again for Renegade!
Finds one somehow in that situation. How vital could that be? Lqgend finds another one inside of the base, and Optic trying to hold on as we enter the last 60 seconds of regulation time here. Bound should be able to get the second on the Frosty, but Frosty manages to evade the grenade. The bomb is out of the base. Most importantly, LastShot last alive, and Optic have got eyes on him as well.
Back-to-back spawns where Renegade gets a kill and essentially in a 1v4. And now allows them to push up the map here. 39 seconds left, maybe one last-ditch effort before overtime.
So Shopify in a familiar situation, which is trapped in the back of their base as the bomb moves through the car side. Bound hits a beautiful looking shots onto Royal 2, and maybe that kind of play is the opening that Optic need. Everybody from Shopify is trapped in the back of the base here. LastShot finds one.
Wow.
Bound will find an opening though, and that bomb is perilously close to the arming spot.
Wants to stay alive here, we can. Staying alive is huge here. 2 dead for Shopify.
2 dead for Shopify. Royal 2 gets a double kill though. Bound will get the killing spree, but there's no one from Optic close enough for that bomb to get it inside of that arming zone and get it armed again. Again, Shopify Rebellion at times have held on in this game.
Camo grab, by the way, as overtime begins. Next bomb, of course, will win, but if Royal 2 could stay alive here, as it's now a 2v2 on the map, this would be a big opener if they can continue moving the bomb.
3 dead here for Optic. Formal gets a kill just to give Optic space to get back on the map once again. Royal 2 is trying to make sure that this camo is as effective as it can be in this time, but he's been spotted out. Bound wants to trade, but you're not going to get it as the shots from Royal 2 are crispy.
Very crispy. I almost wondered if he kind of meat shielded him there, and Formal might have even tagged him once as well in the back. But regardless, it's a very clean win. 2 dead for Shopify yet again.
See that bomb in a pretty neutral position, just ever so slightly in the territory of Shopify Rebellion. They're trying to move it Optic here through bottom middle, but they need some kills before they do so. 2 minutes now left in overtime. Like you said quite rightly, next plant will win. Or are we going to have to go to double overtime here?
Certainly possible with the way this one has gone. And Bound and Formal, by the way, 1 kill away each from a 30 bomb. Lqgend, your last player alive for the 2nd time in a row. This would be a big trade, doesn't get it, which means luckily Renegade off spawn is able to clean that up. Otherwise, it would have been a little bit dire for Optic Gaming. 1:35 left in overtime.
Bomb is down on the car side. Royal 2 is behind enemy lines here, doing so much damage. Bound taken down to no shields, but still stays alive long enough to have an influence on the second fight. Formal's going to find one inside of the base as well, and at the moment, Shopify need a big play here from LastShot. He finds one. He doesn't get the beat down onto Renegade, which will cost him the opportunity of the double kill and maybe the path to be carved for Shopify to look for an arm. Camo comes up, Renegade's gonna grab it.
That was a 2v2 in the back of the base yet again. Renegade gets a kill that you should say certainly should have been a trade yet again. And now he's got the camo. This would be absolutely heartbreaking if he turns that 2v2 now into an arm. We'll see what they can do, but he's about to flank behind him.
I mean, that bomb was about to get reset bottom middle, but Cykul got a really important touch on it to keep it in the possession of Shopify Rebellion and deep into the Optic Gaming half of the map. So Shopify can be able to push up onto this, but they still don't know where Renegade is with this camo. And he is using that bomb as bait. It's going to be great damage, great output, and great patience as well from Renegade here.
2 dead here, 30 seconds on the clock. They need to have this thing moving now. 3 dead. Last player alive looks like going to be a top pink player. World 2 up there. They'll finally get taken down. Now pink spawn's coming in.
Nade comes in. Frosty wins that fight, but he's going to be taken down. Cykul, he gets taken down. Optic making a last-ditch attempt to get the bomb arm. It's 3 dead for Shopify. The bomb goes in with 15 seconds left on the overtime clock. And Optic will be up by 1 and win by 1.
Just when you thought we were going to a double OT, Optic Gaming finds the pieces in the back of the base. What a drop and shoot there to prioritize the kill. You need to do that on Aqua Bomb. That's exactly what they did. The Green Wall fans in the building are happy. And as you can see, they are a many as the crowd goes all the way back.
We told you it'll be close. I mean, that's the perfect indication of what you can expect to see from these two teams. We go into overtime, and it goes down to the last 15 seconds of overtime to get 1 point on the board, 1 bomb armed. How many times did we see what felt like situations that would turn into bomb arms not happen because of brilliant defensive plays in both bases? But I think upon reflection there and I would say pressure upon the map, Optic probably come away from that one thinking they deserve to win that game.
I think so. Formal 34 and 25, Bound 33 and 29. Both players there, and look at Bound breaking 10K damage in the overtime period. And I agree, Optic outslaying clearly, as you saw, also out damaging. And in the end, in the final 15 seconds, managing to find that bomb arm. Really, the baiting and the switching and the timing was finally what they needed. The hometown crowd likes what they saw. But I think we should mention, with the exception of Grand Final 1 in Arlington, every single time these teams have played, it has essentially gone to a Game 5 or a Game 7, and that could even be extended into scrim results prior to the season.
Yes.
So we were expecting this between these two. It's always this close, and Game 1 was no exception. We'll take a look at some of the highlights.
Yeah, a lot of these are going to be defensive highlights. It'll be players trying to stop the arms going in. It'll be last-second plays. That was Formal early on trying to get that bomb plant, and we saw the couple of bank nades coming off those fridge spawners, managing to flush him out just as it felt like Optic were in position. Another example of it here. Frosty, last alive, by the way, flies through to stop that bomb being armed. And once again, Optic in this kind of position. This is the position. Look at these nades that will come in.
Look at perfect pillar nades off the fridge. Oh, man. There's a reason you practice those nades. You should know every single nade from every part of fridge and pink 1. So that you can stop those arms, and that's exactly what they do.
This is the final moment of the game where this bomb arm was picked up, though. Bound wins a big fight in the back of the base against Cykul, stays alive long enough to output damage. Formal's there to back his buddy up. And then Bound tries to play meat shield here and manages to just about do so. Then we head into overtime. And it's Renegade trying to make a difference in the back of this base. It was so close, so many times. And you felt like Optic in this moment, maybe it was going to slip through their fingers again, but it's Lqgend and Formal combining through that big final kill and the pop off from Lqgend as well. He's hyped about it.
Yeah, look at this, the entire team actually. And that tells you just how much is on the line in this rivalry. Formal doesn't pop up and stand up and talk trash for just anything, right? And this is only a Game 1 in the bracket. The fact that he's standing up and exchanging words down the side of the stage, we're not kidding when they say this is a bad blood rivalry. The results have certainly indicated it this year so far. Optic Gaming take game number 1, 1-0. Get ready for a Game 2 Slayer. And as we said, Slayer has been the difference maker between these two teams all year long so far. And I'm not kidding when I say I have never been so excited to watch Slayers between a team, right? Oftentimes you look at these as kind of the game 2, the game 5. They have to be in the series lineup. Now I think it's quite different. I'm excited to see these teams play Slayer because it is going to be every single moment, every single opening, every single push. It's going to play a lot differently because there's so much on the line here, and both teams know how important the Slayers are.
Yeah, the difference between getting a trade and not getting a trade is something that really is magnified when you have these Slayer game types between two teams who are so insanely talented and so insanely well matched against each other. So keep an eye on situations where a player maybe shouldn't get a trade but somehow manages to get out of a situation. Either a stick, either a beatdown, whatever it might be, to get out of a situation where it feels like you're at a disadvantage and get a trade can be the difference maker. Keeps a game close, keeps players on the map, or if you don't get it, all of a sudden 2-3 dead becomes 8 kills in a row. That's how good these teams are.
And it's often the case in objective, but is of course magnified because each of those will actually amount on the scoreboard, right? Getting a trade and an OBJ to get a little more space. Things like that make such a big difference in terms of your map presence and map composition. Here though, like you say, if you're able to keep things even and you're getting your trades, you can always look forward to the next battle. If that happens 2 or 3 times, right, you're down by 6 or 8, as you had mentioned. So keep an eye on teams being even more disciplined with their deaths. Expect the game to, at times, slow down to a crawl while each team figures out how they want to play the camo, for example. You're going to see a lot of kind of speed changes and a lot of dynamic gameplay coming out of these two teams as they start to realize just how important the Slayers are going to be. Like we talked about earlier, sitting with LastShot this morning and talking, he's like, listen, those grand finals are always going to have 3 Slayers. And if we're not on top of our Slayer game, we're going to lose them. They know that now. Slayer has been prioritized in the scrim lineups. We're seeing much, much more of them in scrims because of that. And now we'll have to see, has the work paid off for both of these teams? Where are they both at with their Slayer game?
Also want to touch upon how important the coach's role is going to be for making sure the teams are set up in and around the shock rifle and the camo when they come up. The last thing you want to be doing here is finding yourself in a situation where you're losing 2 or 3 about 10-15 seconds before that camo is coming up. You give up not only map control, but also access to getting that power up, or at least keeping it out of the hands of your opponent. And when you've just seen on that map that we just had, Aquarius, how close the two teams are, giving them something extra, it can be a huge swing of momentum for both of these teams on which way this game is going to go. But Optic find themselves 1-0 up in the series at the moment. Shopify need to answer back in this game 2 Slayer.
First meeting of the two in terms of a Slayer since that epic grand final game 7 bracket reset. We'll see who has the Slayer edge here. We're underway.
Well, Bound is doing all sorts of things inside the tower there. Gonna be 3 dead here for Shopify Rebellion. It's a great start for Optic Gaming because Formal not only gets the camo, but also gets the shock rifle. And the grapple, as if he needed anything else.
Yeah, and guess what? Barely gets out. Really nicely played by Formal. Shopify tries to pick him off at the pass, but instead it's Formal who rotates with the snipe for a new angle.
2 kills the difference between the two teams. It gets a little bit wider, that gap, as Lqgend will find another kill. LastShot probably thinking about bringing Brave. Frosty is going to be Brave and re-challenges. There's a double kill for him, and notably, off the start of this game, Andy, Shopify trying to play this one at a quick pace! And Frosty trying to keep them split on the map.
What was a 2-kill lead is now a deficit for Optic Gaming despite the start. Shopify answers back right away, grabs the shock and the lead as well.
Shopify just holding forward. Bound though is going to slow that down. A couple of body shots, but not good enough to take down the player from Optic Gaming, and that'll give Optic a little bit of a foothold on the map here, even though Cykul hits the green gun, doesn't get the melee to connect, and we have ourselves tied up at 11 apiece.
Formal thankful for the pre-nade damage that he created there. It allows him to then win the trade, which otherwise would have been an even trade. 11-11 now on the scoreboard.
Camo now the focus. You can see Renegade just playing this angle. 20 seconds until that camo's going to come up. But Bound finds himself a double kill. Renegade gets a simple one himself. It's 3 dead here for Shopify Rebellion, and we'll have to see if that creates the space and the opportunity for Optic to move towards this camo. They should be able to get this one pretty much uncontested.
Oh, World 2 wins a big one. He probably has Shroud as well, so in a moment he'll be able to Shroud camo for the team. 3 dead for Optic Gaming. 1 response from Shopify.
Yeah, not sure about Optic there. They did everything right in the build-up, but then maybe over-aggressive, hyper-aggressive, trying to push past that power-up that's coming up. Shopify play brilliantly. You have to give them all the credit in the world, but also...
Oh my, Frosty.
Frosty now has the chance with this camo. to bring this game even and maybe even put Shopify into a lead.
Surgical comes in there and just absolutely picks apart the angle where he knew Renegade would be on the A door. 3 fall for Optic Gaming yet again. Shopify goes back into a lead. I love that from Frosty. He knew there would be a 1v2 and that he couldn't go straight into A. He has to get so selective with that angle. Still a 1-kill game, however.
Amazing nades here from Optic Gaming though, and it's Formal who comes through with 2, shuts down the camo, and gets a 3rd as well. Map control re-established thanks to this man on your screen.
Leaves Cykul because he knows the kill's going to come in. They regain the lead off of that triple and the 4th player wipe. It was all 4 dead, and Optic Gaming looked to do it again.
9 and 5 for Formal as well, almost double positive at the start of this game. 22 apiece though, nothing again to separate the 2 teams. Frosty versus Formal. Formal win the fight, but Cykul will make sure that kill gets traded out. 2 dead on either side at the moment. LastShot will find Bound though, and Lqgend has to be careful here. Tries to escape with the grapple. Just bonked his head there, and that cost him his life.
Now at the mid-game mark, we can check in with the score. You hear the halfway to victory audio cue coming in, and unsurprisingly, neck and neck. But Shopify starts to pull away here at 28-25.
3 dead for Optic, shock rifle, and a full one in the hands of Frosty. Already had a little indication of what he can do with this weapon. Only be a trade this time around, even though he did what felt like a lot of damage in that situation. Now looking to flank onto Cykul here. Can't quite find where he went. Cykul is an elusive gentleman at the best of times,
Wow,
but Bound turns his attention to Royal 2 and deals with him instead.
Love the shots there. Not easy to win that before avoiding the trade. And now at 30-29, we're going to see. Should be a camo grab here for Optic Gaming. We'll see what Bound can do.
30 apiece becomes 31 apiece. As once again, these 2 teams just keep trading these kills out. No one will get away if they have no shields on the map. Bound with a lot of pressure on his shoulders here with this camo. Having seen his teammate Renegade goes down, and now he decides to strike, but misses the beatdown! And Royal 2 will make it pay. Optic find themselves 3 dead. Frosty is already pushing forward looking for these spawners.
And now with a 3-kill lead for the first time in a while, let's get into a listen in here with Shopify Rebellion.
Watch my cross. Watch the C-block cross. We can. Keep holding white, Yo, top white. They might push up that. We're bottom white now 3 shots. I have C-block cross. I'm walking white. Watch out, bottom beard.
You right?
2 BR, white. I don't see it. Watch out.
Nice. 2
See on
dead.
me. Watch out.
3 dead. Last guy on mat.
Bottom mid. Where's he going? He got me. Watch out.
Should be all pipes.
Nice, good shit.
Nice, Brad. Nothing up.
I spider step me. One more any turn.
Yo, nothing up for a while. No weapons up for a while.
I'm out long. Look at me. Yo, they're gonna be tower. We'll get suitcases. We'll get tower. We got C-fast on me. Three white. One guy playing back cell. 3 white.
Yeah, came on 20 now.
Should we just hold this?
Yeah, camo shock.
Down. They're parking grab. Go. Nice, good play, Brad. 2 white. Walking, guys. Top pick out weak. Top pick out weak. There's where's your suitcases have? Red bar. One guy back silo. Yo, and mid-range and Neela. One's out, guys. One's turbine. Yo, one's out turbine.
Camo when you guys spawn.
Camo.
Out the Optic listening, but it's Shopify Rebellion who have the lead here, but Optic starting to pick up a couple of kills and find a little bit of momentum here. Renegade finds another, and it's now just 3 kills that separate the 2 teams. The only issue here for Optic is it's 7 to go for Shopify Rebellion to close this one out.
Yeah, not a lot of time here. There's a lot to love from that Shopify listen in there. Just really in control of the game. B-Man really specific with the comms that he was bringing. We'll talk about that later, though, because it's only a 3-kill game here. 45-43, make it a 2-kill game.
2-kill game. LastShot keeps that foot on the gas though, keeps the aggression, which has been the name of the game here for Shopify Rebellion at times. It's 2 kills between the 2 teams. Shopify 2 dead. Formal managed to find 1 in all of that scuffle, and Renegade got that camo, but now that it's disappeared, he finds himself a little bit separate from the rest of his team.
Such a huge game here for Shopify. They need to close this out. To go down 0-2 in this series would be a tough hill to climb. Next few kills in the feed probably going to determine this here. And this is what I meant. Watch the game slow down to a crawl when it needs to, because these teams will give each other so much respect until they need to push out for a camo or a shock here. See if they can get some opening damage, maybe an opportunity to push.
Formal has a shroud here as well. 2 players going to be top gold here for Shopify Rebellion as well. So Formal's going to relay that information. You can see him a little bit of screen watching going on as well, seeing if he can gather anything that's going to give him an advantage. And it looks like the push is going to be formulated from Optic here off the back of the damage coming in from Formal. He tries to shroud across to block the line of sight, and there is the push now. It's going to be Renegade who gets that first one. Lqgend now, he's pushing onto Cykul, doesn't want to trade, it's 47-all! We're tied up, but Frosty with the kill onto Bound, and Royal 2 with another one himself, but Shopify Rebellion one away. Frosty will be credited with the final kill, and we are tied up at 1-1 in the series.
How about that for a Slayer return between the two? An absolute chess match at the end of the game. Smiles on the face of LastShot as they will tie the series 1-1. And a big, big moment of relief, as we said, to go down 0-2 would be quite a deficit, but instead, they maintain the lead. They do not falter, and despite very, very good timing push coming into gold from Optic Gaming, they're able to not only hold down gold, but also get the final kills at tower to close out the game comfortably. But that's what I mean. Expect to see that between these two teams now. They're going to play at a blistering pace, and the second they need to be very careful about their damage on the timing, they will slow the game down to truly just a back and forth until someone's able to get the right amount of opening damage. We're now tied up 1-1.
You can see the idea from Optic and what they were trying to do in those final moments as well. I like the idea, but the execution, not quite there. Even though Renegade got that first pick, it was Shopify who probably, on result of the kills that ended up going down in those final moments, probably out-traded damage elsewhere and managed to shut down the Optic push. And I have to say, a little bit of a quiet game actually from Renegade, who was the man who everybody was looking towards in Arlington as the reason that Optic were able to go on that crazy run and become champions. In that game number 2, not its finest work, but I'm sure he'll bounce back. The triple kill there from Formal, by the way. Just a great example of patience, but this is a big moment.
Big moment. They shut down the camo, and Optic not able to really convert. Look at the free kills as well that Frosty was able to get. This is when they were up by quite a margin, 38-33. Later, he would also get some free kills kind of from top cap into control. This is the one I'm talking about right here. You cannot allow these types of free kills to be coming in for Shopify. And when you look at the final scoreboard, it's not hard to think that they won off of plays like that. Here's the final push.
This Lqgend gets one, but he gets traded out, and then the 1v1 last shot doesn't go down because Frosty is going to be there to finish off Formal, who finishes even at 13-13, but a little bit of a difference in the reaction from both teams after their respective wins. Optic popping up in game number 1. In game number 2, Shopify looked ready for game 3. Just pretty chilled, a little bit of a fist bump, a little bit of a laugh and a joke as we head towards CTF Forbidden, and oh my goodness, what a match this was. Game 6 in Arlington of the bracket reset. Optic perilously close to winning the game. Frosty makes a crazy stop on the flag that would have won Optic the tournament, and Shopify went on to win that game. Now, if we get anything like that, I'm going to be a happy man, and I'm sure everyone who sat in this room will be just as happy as well.
Oh, I'm so glad this is game 3 of the series. It feels like it's perfectly written and perfectly scripted. The fact that these two would be meeting up in this exact series and you'd get a repeat of this game type, like you said, it was a storybook photo finish in that game 6 in the grand final, where you thought Formal on the G slide was going to bring that flag in to win the tournament. It took them one more game to do so, but already an epic map between these two. Let's take a look at the CTF records here from the HCS Open Dallas 2025.
No losses to report from the Shopify Rebellion side of things, 1 to report on the Optic Gaming side of things, and that was a Aquarius 5-0 loss to TSM that we saw yesterday. So there's going to be some, maybe a little bit of a hangover from the capture the flag game type from that, or maybe it's been an opportunity for Optic just to think about what went wrong and try and put those wrongs right as we head into today. CTF Forbidden, 2 sniper rifles once again to play with for both of these teams, and of course the Overshield top middle as well.
And I'm so glad we get to see these two play this game type again this early. Let's not forget, these two should once again not be playing this early in the tournament. So it might have been a minute, or we might not even have got to see them play this game type in this tournament, depending on how the brackets played out. Get back to our main stage here. Just in case you're just joining us, it's Optic Gaming versus Shopify Rebellion, the other rivalry everyone's talking about here in the event. Amazing to have both of those matches, as we said, happening simultaneously. We'll keep you posted, and we also know that you're going to have your FM radios set to twitch.tv/HCS, or maybe a second tab, depending on which version.
Which period of time you live in.
Yes, exactly. We're getting underway here, as we said. The Forbidden CTF matchup, the rematch, it's underway. This is your go-ahead game in your winner's quarterfinal. Shopify versus Optic Gaming. We're all tied up 1-1.
Look at this aggressive push from Frosty. He's grabbing the Optic sniper rifle already, just burning ammo. Wow. Takes down Renegade as well, and Royal 2 on the other side has grabbed their own sniper rifle and already put that to use. So Frosty showing no respect, as is kind of his MO. Flies across the map, and now Shopify have 2 snipers.
We're shield up. Top mid as well still has not been grabbed. Finally, it will be grabbed, and like you said, that is trademark Frosty. Let me fly into your base, I'll start burning ammo, and then I'll actually get the kill anyway. Here comes LastShot with an overshield pull as well.
Frosty just delaying Renegade. A couple of players coming off the spawn, but the overshield should be good enough for LastShot to at least turn 1, which is exactly what he does. Renegade should go down as well in a few moments' time as there's multiple numbers. It's LastShot finding 2, but do they have the timing to get this touch and get it around the corner before damage is done to the Optic respawners? It looks like the answer is yes. There's the G-slide. LastShot's doing it all.
How about the timing? As you said, I think a lot of people were wondering when he went for the second kill. LastShot is the last player. Oh man, deja vu. Can he get the G-slide here? He looks to the right. He does not hit it again.
He does not get it, and it's Formal with the sniper rifle who shuts it down. Deja vu.
You kidding me? I have chills. It is unbelievable that that would happen again so soon in the game. And this matchup and game time is the gift that keeps on giving. LastShot, last player alive again.
Legend no shields, trying to stay alive. Now they're going to worry about their own flag here. Shopify Rebellion having done so much of the heavy lifting to get it back to their base. It's Optic with the goal line stand again to stop that flag going in. And it looks like both flags are now back at base. It's a moment for everybody, I think, to catch their breath.
I already know the HCS fans in the chat already have a window of Premiere Pro open, and I want to see those 2 flag runs side by side, frame by frame. Because timing-wise, they were awfully similar in the way that that flag did not go.
And that's what we were talking about, right? Even though Shopify did so much, LastShot running that flag on his own as last alive, you knew something was in the waters. You knew something didn't quite feel right, and I'm sure he felt exactly the same himself. Thought he had the timing window, didn't have the timing window. And now Legend flies forward himself. They're trying to put some pressure on the Shopify, who find themselves 2 dead. And a little bit trapped in the back of their base here.
I mean, poetic as well. That's got to feel good for Formal, right? To be on the other end, the pain-dealing end of the flag stop on Forbidden CTF goal line stand. And after 3 minutes of play, we're still knotted up here, 0-0.
Legend with the thrust. Should be able to find a second on Cykul here, but Cykul does a good job in delaying long enough for him to get his shields back. Legend goes in, finds the kill. That's the opening, a double kill, a killing spree, and immediately Renegade is moving that flag. 3 dead for Shopify, and Legend! Hitting headshots here on the main stage.
Only player alive in the first spawner. That's going to buy them so much time. This flag should go already all the way back home. Here comes Renegade.
Yeah, this one's a little bit more comfortable, and Optic Gaming will be up by 1, and it's the Frenchman who takes over. Beautiful initial double kill to clean up damage that was done in the back of the base, and then he picks that sniper up, goes to work, and makes sure that Shopify cannot get anywhere near that flag run.
And that is what is required. It's Legend picking up not just the first kill, but the second kill that he shouldn't have gotten in the back of the base, then turns the 3rd to completely secure the run. That's what's required at this level of professional Halo. And he gets it done. They lead now 1-0.
10-3 for Legend at the moment. Finds another one onto Cykul. Royal 2 is brave enough to challenge. Legend hits the body, but not the head, and Royal 2 will survive. 2 dead hit for Optic Gaming. All eyes top middle, though. As LastShot looks like he's going to grab that overshield. Will it be burned or will it be down?
No burn, and I believe still up based on the death cam that we just saw. It should still be here top middle and still to play for.
Frosty with the thrust will take down Formal, and as you say, he is still alive. He is still there to be picked up. But there's a sniper rifle in the hands of Optic Gaming who's just tracing onto where that overshield finds itself. It's Renegade who has the responsibility, and he's doing a pretty good job of stopping anyone trying to grab it. Renegade gets another one, and finally Bound moves in, grabs that overshield, and will pop it here for Optic.
Man, did they have to work for that. Take a look at the time on the clock. That thing sat there for a while. It almost felt like a bait, like a twisted RPG game, just a gold shiny object sitting up there that nobody could get. No! Speaking of, there are lessons to be learned there. Lessons to be learned. The overshield, I will just say, will not be in play any longer.
Sometimes you're going to remember when you're G-sliding to secure your seatbelt, and not in that occasion. As Baron goes flying off the map with the OS, so a little bit of a blessing there for Shopify Rebellion. But ultimately, it is going to be Optic who still have this one flag advantage, with the pressure really starting to come in now. The push coming in from Shopify Rebellion as players from Optic are falling one by one.
Lqgend does need to stay alive here, he knows it. Cykul's trying to make a pull happen, but with Bound, they're going to get the trade, and they have the right back base spawns as well. With those two dead, that should buy them enough time to get off the spawn here.
Frosty down, no shields as well. Legend's just trying to wait for a teammate to get in position to help him out. He finds one onto Royal 2. Teammate takes care of the second in the feed as well. Cykul back off the respawn, putting pressure onto Lqgend, who's still staying alive here. Bit of an ugly 1v1, but it'll be Lqgend who comes out on top with the beatdown.
Really important play there from Lqgend. Identifies that Cykul was pulling, and Cykul then tries to pull. Had no space to go. As we take a look top mid once again. Let's get to a listen here with Optic Gaming as they lead 1-0.
So the hurt.
What's the one more shot? You guys play for it, you guys play for it.
I gotta be. I'm gonna kill LastShot.
I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die.
LastShot.
Nice. On me, snipe through, thanks, man.
Sniping their back hut.
One's one. I'm the flag, guys. I'm the flag. I'm the back flag.
I'm gonna run this. I'm gonna run this.
I'm the back flag.
We're running this way.
Watch out, watch out the rope. Roll 2. You guys
Try led Matt. We have flag out. We have flag out completely.
Watch out, pistol, absolute Frosty. Watch out, pistol, absolute Frosty. Shield,
One's three step right. One's three step right.
We have a snipe,
Go, one's on my X. Go in the back flag. Go in the back flag, John.
Try to do that, guys.
Miss it.
One more top right. One's on top right. Cycle.
Yeah, one's on the guys. I'm going back to base.
Back Frosty. I got snapping their head. Careful.
We gotta clear a flag here.
Don't force that. You're good.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna flank, guys.
Your separate's in a good spot.
I'm gonna
sniping.
I'm swinging. Buy time, guys. Buy time.
I'm a hermit. Okay, flank on me. Yes, snipe.
They're back, man.
Snipe going. He's going flag right.
Flag is away from both bases. Renegade's continuing this run, even though it's staggered, even though it's a little bit ugly.
Oof. I want
It
Orthodox,
is still away, but Shopify Rebellion thinking about countercap here. Formal's last alive for Optic. If they get this kill, there's an opening for not just the returns coming from LastShot, but for Frosty to run this flag. This could be the one that ties this game up.
Man, Optic takes a series of gambles there, plays that very interesting with the sewers run. They did not take down Frosty, and they are paying the price here.
This is going to be clean. There's no one from Optic to stop this one, and Shopify Rebellion will tie the game up. 4 minutes 30 left in this game. Nothing once again to separate these two teams.
You really have to wonder, was that overshield a false sense of security on the sewers run, right? Renegade runs that sewers because he knew he had the timing based on the overshield to start the sewers run. He has to go all the way back to flag to pick off a kill. Meanwhile, Lqgend flanks. Lqgend overextends to their sewer, to their flag, and doesn't come back, does not kill Frosty. They leave Frosty in the base, and as a result of the unorthodox run attempt, they give up the flag. Really a breakdown here for Optic. Now we're tied 1-1.
And Formal now under pressure. He's trying to defend this overshield. He's trying to stop it being picked up and somehow buys enough time and deals enough damage for Renegade to get back on the map and take down Cykul, who was the player to grab it for Shopify Rebellion. 1-1 still between these two teams, as LastShot with a double kill might have created an opportunity here for Shopify to start assaulting this Optic gaming base.
You think back to that flag, it just felt avoidable for Optic Gaming. It felt like they dealt themselves a pretty strange hand, and then had to play it continually and let that flag go in, when it feels like had they played that differently, it should still be a much more comfortable 1-0 lead, but they need to shake that off mentally without a doubt. Get right back in. There's 3 minutes left here in regulation.
Just under 15 seconds till those sniper rifles come up, but one thing that's already on the map is the power of the overshield. It's been picked up here by LastShot, who is hunting down Optic Gaming players inside of their own base. 2 players off the respawn. Renegade's going to be calling out. There's an Ovi player inside of our base. His name is LastShot. He's dealing so much damage at the moment, but can he get in position for his teammates to clean up these kills? Royal 2 has got that snipe, and Optic find themselves 3 dead.
So much of that damage cleaned up as well. Lqgend was your last player alive, and here comes Shopify on the push. Oh, the timing.
Didn't know Lqgend was behind him, though. As you say, the timing window just not precise enough to get that flag moving, and now Royal 2 has to think about keeping Optic in their base. But Formal's not going to let that happen. He grabs the snipe from his body.
Very well done from Optic. They essentially bait the flag there. Lqgend goes all the way to pillars near sewers, and they let the spawner sandwich from the top of their own sewer ramp. And in doing so, they prioritize the only kill that mattered. That was the flag puller. They annihilate Cykul with a really nice team shot, and it stops the run completely. 2 minutes left.
Shopify a little bit pinned in their base. Frosty does get a kill to give them an opening, but Formal's just holding down this snipe side, holding down this lane. Bodies one. That'll be an assist. There's the thrust. Cykul, though, great shots from him. Even though He won that fight. Lqgend was there to get the trade. It's 4 dead for Shopify, and Bound off the back of it gets the overshield. And if he can play this one a little bit better than he did last time, there's a chance for Optic to steal this one away.
Gets melted, just opts not to shoot. Instead, he just wants to run. He wants the team to cover his back, but he fumbles the flag for a second. Will it cost him? Right now, he's going to get the angle. We'll see if he can get the timing.
Doesn't hit the G-slide either, but gets it round the corner. Shopify lose 1. LastShot gets taken down by 4 more. This should be a cap for Optic Gaming to go into the lead. Bound makes it work. And with just over a minute left on regulation time here, Optic will go into a lead.
It's a really great play call from Bound, as well as all of Optic Gaming. The fact that with that overshield, even though there was 3 players back ramp, they knew they could just pull that flag, and even with a minor flag fumble, he has the timing. The team covers with the team shots, and now with just 60 seconds left, they lead 2-1.
And it took an overshield to get into the base to create the opportunity for Optic to get that flag on the board. And as we enter the last 60 seconds or so of this game, the last minute of this game here on Forbidden, it looks like Shopify are in the base, and Shopify getting that Optic flag moving.
They get the first pick as well. Watch the kill feed if these are traded out. That's a big kill for Bound.
It's a big untraded kill as well, because now Shopify have got to worry about turning around. They know that someone's behind them. Cykul has no choice really here but to start moving this flag. It was 2 dead momentarily for Optic. Royal 2 still being a nuisance in the Shopify base. And now he tries to move in to help out LastShot, but it looks like enough map presence is now for Optic to try and look at getting this return and sending this flag back home.
It's a shield back. Might try to isolate these 1v1s, and does for a second. Flag does reset. It's a big return. 5 seconds left.
5 seconds left. This should be enough for Optic Gaming to go up 2-1 in this series. And they will indeed go up 2-1 in this series. Optic Gaming take the lead with, again, surprise, surprise, just a single flag separating these 2 teams.
Lqgend goes 22-13 in a narrow one flag CTF game. Big numbers from him. And the entire team to focus up, despite letting go of a flag that they probably didn't need to let go of. They, once again, ice up. The mental resilience is strong, and they take the series lead now 2-1.
Well, I'm not a gambling man, but I think you would have pretty bad odds on saying, you know, will this go to a game 5? You know, this is almost feels like it's guaranteed to every time we see these 2 teams go up against each other. Optic will want to change those odds, though. They want to close out this series and send Shopify Rebellion down to the elimination bracket. Here are your statistics from that last game. You're looking across the board. LastShot leading the way in kills for Shopify Rebellion, 23-18 for him. When you're looking at damage stats, the standout on either side, LastShot on one side and Formal on the other.
Formal just an absolute turret, and as you say, LastShot right there with him in terms of total damage. Let's take a look at some highlights, because man, this game did not disappoint. I honestly cannot believe we had such a similar flag run this time to the side of Shopify. Right? Absolutely insane. This was the play from Lqgend. He gets 2 during that run, and that's an absolutely huge bang! The beautiful shot that made this entire arena lose their minds, and for very good reason. He wasn't done yet either. Even hits this fadeaway on Royal 2. And Bound brings this one in, this time much more comfortably than other times we've seen in the game. That was your game winner.
Just over a minute and a half left on the game clock there as that flag did go in. And again, like I was highlighting, it was the overshield that made the difference, that allowed Bound and the rest of Optic to create the opportunity to get the flag moving. That's how tight it is between these 2 teams. That's why you're seeing such importance put on that fight top middle. You're seeing so many vital shots that are being hit on players who are one of the last 2 alive, who have a sniper rifle, who have to shut that lane down to stop the other team getting the overshield. And now we find ourselves with Optic Gaming 1 game away from winning the series and sending Shopify Rebellion down to the elimination bracket. 1 for each team. Now we have the 1, and we have seen, especially on Stronghold's live fire, what a difference that weapon can make. Only 1 on the map, and you've seen, if you're only watching for the first time here, the talent these players have with that weapon. It can add up to 50, 60, 70, 100-point runs for these teams as they make their way towards 250 points, which of course is what you need to win this game.
Packed house once again here, DreamHack Day 2. A shout out to everyone here, both the Shopify fans and the Optic fans heading over from the Call of Duty arena, not just here in DreamHack, but also from around the world. We thank you for joining us, and we're not surprised you're here for this series. There's nowhere else we'd rather be either. We're underway in game number 4. Optic Gaming leads 2-1.
Will Optic close out, or Shopify send us the distance? Renegade under pressure here, but does manage to just get his fingers on this sniper rifle. Royal 2 in front of him. Gets bodied. Gets taken down. 2 dead though for Optic Gaming. 4 more off the respawn will be able to keep his teammate alive, but it's looks like a play upon C coming in here from Shopify Rebellion. And all sorts of pressure!
No.
Just dealt with by Renegade.
And off of that.
Thank goodness you said no.
Yeah.
That would have been disrespectful.
Exactly.
For him there in a second.
It's Saturday midday. We could be doing stuff like that just yet. BC hold for Optic Gaming off the opening, largely due to the fact that Formal and Renegade were able to force Shopify down to mud and make them put the wellies on and trudge through to get the kills. They do it in the end, and now Optic gonna flip the map and get A.
Lqgend connects with the body here, should be able to clean this one up. Manages to do so, turns his attention towards top middle, but his teammates already in position to help any potential push that comes in from Shopify as they try and retake A, but it's an A-B hold here for Optic Gaming. Cykul aggressively pushes onto Lqgend though and manages to put some pressure onto A, but points starting to stack up here for Optic.
Got to mention Lqgend there, as we said, 22 and 13 in the last game to go +9 in a CTF that you win narrowly by 1. Quite a statement once again from the Frenchman, reminding everyone why he's on this team, why he's on this roster, and has essentially gone from household names to one of the best Halo players in the world.
AC hold here for Shopify Rebellion. And they're looking for the triple cap actually. They're making some progress on B, and it is going to be a triple cap and a reset onto C from Shopify Rebellion. They have complete control of the map, all 3 strongholds in their possession, which means they will be scoring rapidly here, and we are going to see a lead change off the back of it.
Good QT timing coming in as well from Coach B-Man. Royal 2 was ready for it there, and we'll see what he might be able to do to just get a little bit of extra free damage here on these pushes. Still has half the QT to play with.
Optic flick C, but at what cost? Already 2 of them have fallen. Bound is trying to escape. He goes up the chimney. Thanks to that repulse. And the spawns in and around house and garage here mean that Optic might at least, from this position, have access to that camo, but Royal 2 is just hunting players down at the moment. 60 points unanswered here for Shopify.
Gotta love that as well. Just uses the last second of the QT to get a kill just before he goes, and still 3 dead for Optic Gaming.
Probably thinking about going for the triple cap once again here, Shopify Rebellion. The rest of Optic spawning the back of the tower in and around the dummies. And that's exactly what they are going to do. It's a second triple cap in pretty quick succession here. 2 dead for Optic once again. Bound flies out. Frosty stays alive long enough for Royal 2 to finish off the kill. 3 of Optic in the death screen. And Shopify now cross 100 points, and they're going to get the sniper rifle.
And just beautiful baiting and switching coming in here. What a response from Shopify after trailing by 40. They now have a 100-point plus uncontested run. Let's get to a listen-in with Shopify Rebellion.
Nest bound.
All you white.
Don't nest. You got him or no? You got him or no? Training.
Yo, green spawns, guys.
There's
2 green.
Don't nest bound.
Yeah, 1 could be out, Brad. Like pillars or something.
Nice. 2-8. I'll go B. Well, John might be. Nice, holy fuck, Brad. Back B, Lqgend. Wait,
Yeah.
do you want it? 1-8.
Absolutely. Press him, I'll get him.
One shot smarter. 2-1. Yo, press up. Go back to C. One shot. Watch out, back smarter. Kill this guy. Yo, you just want dummies. Might get off cuts. See, we go. Tower. Hold out. I can help, man. Watch out there one.
Nice, quantum's up. Nice. Trade's huge. Shit, holy shit.
He's training.
Yeah, quantum's up, by the way.
Nice, good fucking shit, Brad. You're gonna be.
Yeah, back in.
Can you change out this one?
We wanted to see an example of why the S7 is so important. Look at Frosty go during that listening, dominating Optic Gaming. Shopify are taking over here. 3 dead for Optic. It's almost 200 points on the board already for Shopify.
Unbelievable run from them. I'm so glad we also got to hear from their POV. I'm pretty sure Royal 2 said was holy fudge. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what he said.
No, he did not.
Because he was reacting to some pretty incredible shots. To take that angle from scoreboard to bags. 4 dead again for Optic Gaming. And just absolutely brain formal. Trip cap still at the 220 mark. What a run here from Shopify.
This is getting out of hand. Optic haven't been able to get on the map. They haven't been able to exist let alone get anywhere near a stronghold. They're trying to make a 3-man, 4-man push towards A just to slow the scoring down. They managed to do so, but Shopify Rebellion, they've killed 3 of Optic again. They'll let them have A. They grab the camo, and with nobody near the B stronghold, this should surely be the road home for them. Optic make a desperate play to get B, but it just feels inevitable at this point that Shopify close this one out.
Shopify is 5 points away, and Formal has 3 kills and Renegade has 4. That is what has just happened in this game. Optic Gaming might be scoring once again, but you get the immediate feeling that this game has already ran away.
2 dead for Optic. LastShot finds another one. Even though Lqgend gets this kill, he's trying desperately to defend B and will be able to do so. It's actually a 1v1 between Frosty and Bound here. Spawners came on in mud though for Optic Gaming. Bound wins it! And boy, did he have to win it as well.
Another 1v1. Renegade gets taken down. Here comes Cykul, 2 dead for Optic yet again.
Lqgend no shields. Cykul should be able to clean this one up. It might be an opportunity for Shopify to double up on A here to flip this back into their control. Desperate push coming in from Formal, etc. But Renegade is last alive. Nowhere to be seen. He's taken out in the kill feed, and we're going to a game 5. We go the distance once again. As Shopify and Optic fail to disappoint. It is game 5 once again.
The only way we would have it. Unbelievable. That is a quadrant-esque Strongholds win. We have not seen, especially at this level, between these two teams. The last time you saw that dominant of a trip cap death grip from a team, it's hard to think of anyone but Quadrant from a few years ago. And, I mean, you even heard the reactions from Royal 2, from Best Man during that listen-in being like, wow, this is unbelievable. Because they were not only getting 4 dead, they were getting the 5th kill, the 6th kill, and honestly, often getting back-to-back 4 deads, picking up unbelievable no-scopes, team shots. They did it all in that game, and we have to stay on the scoreboard for a second because this is unbelievable. When's the last time a team in a full Strongholds match kept Formal to 3 kills and Renegade to 5? Unbelievable containment of 2 of the best players in the world.
Absolute domination. The blender in full effect, and the blades were felt by Optic Gaming 250 to 83. Remember, it was Optic who were up about 60-0 in that game as well. So it was around a 250-point run, essentially, that came in from Shopify Rebellion to take that game. Unbelievable control, and you have to say, we hate the term, perfect Halo, but that's about as close as you get.
In this case, I think we can use it.
Yeah.
We are very, very limited with what we describe as perfect here, but that would come damn near close. Also, the QT management was unbelievable. You heard B-Man calling for it. Also, gotta mention there, even during this exact sequence, look at Frosty staying alive, and here's the shot. Oh my, peeling. And then he hits this body as well. Keeps Renegade weak back there. Eventually the helps come. Beautiful rotations.
Just prioritization of what needed to happen. Like little bits of the listening as well. Like this situation, he was like, do you have him, Matt? Do you have him? Do you need me to help you? And he's like, I think I got it. Didn't have it, but Frosty was in a position to clean up that kill and make sure the Lqgend didn't escape, that they kept control of the A stronghold. And a lot of these clips, you're seeing that sniper rifle in the hands of Shopify Rebellion as well. It's a difference maker. It's a bludgeoning stick at this point with some of these players.
Look at this.
And that's where we find a surprise, surprise, everybody.
A beautiful series layout. I'm gonna get these framed in my house, I think. Just like this, by the way. Next up, Game 5, because that is what we have to look forward to, not only right now, but it feels like all season long, because that is all these teams do. They push each other the distance, and in the league's biggest rivalry, they continue to make each other better, or at the very least, go to a Game 5.
Interesting series layout. Everything so close. 1-0, overtime. Aquarius bomb. 50-47. 3 kills the difference, game number 2. A single flag separates the teams, and then we just see the anomaly. The absolute blowout.
One thing I want to talk about while we wait for that match to get underway, we only have a second, but the comms from B-Man, we'll have to see how the listen-in is in this series if we get the opportunity to go to one. But man, the small talk from Shopify Rebellion was the difference maker. The only way you trip cap that perfectly for that long is perfect communication. And as you said, Mark, prioritization of the key kill in the exact moment. That's what they did perfectly. They've already won the Game 2 Slayer. Can they do it here in game number 5? One game to decide it between these two.
One of them will stay in the winner's side of the bracket. One of them will fall down to face Complexity in the elimination bracket. It's a game 5 here. Whoever takes this one will take the spoils and make their road a little bit more comfortable. Frosty from SR is the POV we start with.
Once again, just flies right in. Not afraid to get into the thick of it off the rip. First camo will go to Shopify.
Oh, sniffed out. Little thrust away from Lqgend as well. Doesn't even get traded out. Stays alive bottom middle. It's 3-2.
Man, absolutely.
Make that 3-3, excuse me.
What a great stop on the camo right away from Renegade. LastShot could have put together a whole string of damage off of that, but they knew immediately from dip, you check that hard right angle, as you so often need to with the camo. And that's why your Slayer practice, that's where it pays off, is knowing exactly which scenario to play to shut down camo like that. 6-5 off the opening, now 6-6.
Again, Shopify just keep pushing. They keep this pace up. They want to be aggressive. They want to make Optic feel uncomfortable. And no surprise with how that last game went. They want to try and take advantage of that momentum that they brought in. But Optic doing a great job of actually just quelling the flames a little bit here. We're tied up at 8-8. And Optic still getting their trades in this situation, even though we are seeing Shopify try and push the pace.
Like we said, so much riding on this. This is not just a standard winners quarterfinal match. This will determine how much Halo these two have to play all weekend and how much they have to beat one another thereafter. Big kills coming in for Bound there as he gets some help from Renegade. 2 dead for both sides.
Lqgend no shields. Rule 2 with some great cross-map shots with that bandit. And also manages to, most importantly, keep himself alive, which means he can re-engage now that the shields are back. Put the pressure back onto Optic Gaming. A 1-kill advantage here for Shopify Rebellion is slender. But if you finish this game with a 1-kill advantage, you'll be winning the series.
Watch top mid here. 3 nades coming in from blue as they want to get Shopify off at top mid. They do well, and they get the damage to play off it as well. First 2 kills going towards Optic. Camo popping in 5 seconds. This is going to be a big one, maybe a go-ahead opportunity.
2 dead. On the side of Shopify Rebellion as well, you can hear that camo has just popped up top middle, and Frosty cannot challenge it. As Optic have eyes on him, and Formal will grab this camo. And not only keep Lqgend alive, but has a chance here to inflict so much damage onto Shopify.
Let's go to Liston right now. I want to hear the comms. How does Formal play this camo?
Flatter, and blue. They're gonna try to me. Look at me.
Heard you, Bound.
Watch out, watch out, roll 2, watch out, roll 2.
What this 4 thing back?
That's Sauce camo.
Matt's walking the camo. Matt's walking the camo. Watch out. Nice.
I got stuck.
Nice, 2 dead, guys. Shock in 20.
S4, sitting in S4.
Probably
Okay, heard. Yo, Sippy, I think one's blue.
They're one. What's this 4 still? S4.
They might get out blue here.
I can't see if they spawned as 1. They probably spawned as 1. Yeah, they go posters, John. They go posters.
That's big, one's S4.
Shock is coming, guys. 10 seconds.
I hear you. Can we just go left and push snipe? Can we go left and push snipe?
Yeah, watch posters. He saw me, Bounty. That's where I can't. We're not pushing with you. I can't go Bound.
That's quick, guys. That's quick.
Yeah, I'm one. We're pushing this. Try left.
One's in yard. Yard behind me, LR.
Watch on this.
Top. He went top gold.
Watch on this. Watch on this 4. Watch out. S4 in yard. After top gold. Look at gold, guys. We're good. S4. Yo, bottom mid in S4. Bottom mid in S4.
I'm repping with you guys. We're all on top of each other, guys. Try and live. They could be blue.
Never shock.
Auto weak, roll 2, half. I fuck roll 2 harder.
Is he stuck? Came on 30. Yeah, he's weak.
We're 4, guys. We're 4.
Nice, good shit.
Blue Frosty.
Watch out blue. Dead.
S4.
They lie bounce.
We're missing one. Camo 20, guys.
Here.
I'm shocked.
Yo, back.
Hotel. Hey, man.
Yo, posters to me. Posters to me.
We're coming.
Posters, 2 posters. 2 posters. Cycles tap. 2 guys posters. Both pushing you. 2 pushing you bound. 2 pushing you bound. Play trade bound. Nice, bro.
Alright, camo guys. There's still a loop
Yo,
somewhere.
watch
Watch out. Push him.
Watch out,
Yeah, watch out blue. Watch out fires.
Left camera.
Two guys gonna push shield. Careful.
You guys.
Yeah, one's in the corner to your left. A lot of blue,
I'm trying to get out, guys.
Yeah, he knows you're there, Bound.
Blue.
Where is he? He's on me blue weak.
Drive me with Kim.
Watch out.
Flatter, John.
I mean, the comps from Formal, he's just commanding the troops at the moment. Optic Gaming find themselves up by 4 as we cross the halfway point in this Game 5 Slayer.
Amazing there. You heard Formal stressing the posters call out repeatedly. Somehow Bound gets a trade in a 1v2 at loop, and then thereafter they still kill Cykul at yard BR. Really nice job once again from Optic to make sure they're picking up those kills and those trades in the scenarios. However, just like that, now only a 1-kill game.
Yeah, here comes Shopify Rebellion, right? 2 dead for Optic. It's a 1-kill advantage now. We cut down in the last few seconds to essentially make this a tie game. Optic a little bit trapped to the back of Tram and Loop as well. The output of damage from Frosty is more than you can ask for most players. He is shooting anything that moves. But Optic still alive, still gets the kill with the perfect fight. Renegade manages to output damage onto LastShot, but not without Royal 2 taking him down.
Yeah, big from Royal 2 there. You even saw Frosty raising his own eyebrows at that play because he was even impressed with it, what he was able to pull off, as you said, just dealing so much damage. And LastShot stays alive here, tied at 29.
Lqgend aggressively pushes out bottom middle. He will be traded out as Frosty now spots out the 2 players from Optic driveway. Another kill gets picked up, and now Shopify Rebellion go into a lead. It's 1 kill, but it might be 2 if he can finish this one off. It's just a trade here for Frosty.
Nicely done there. Frosty knew it's a tough angle. You might as well get the trade, especially when you're going up against Renegade. That can get dicey pretty quickly. 2 dead for both sides, and still a minor lead for Shopify.
Game's never got out of hand either side at the moment. It's a tie game again. Optic go into a 1 kill lead though. And the timing of the kills means that Bound can move through. And he can collect this camouflage. Now, how important could this be? The execution of what Bound does with his camo could decide where this series goes.
Look at this, doesn't want to get too greedy. Slowly coming around the corner. Cykul is cleaned up, by the way, so that's the shock down. He's playing this so carefully.
Checks S1. 2 dead here for Shopify. LastShot will find 1. Bound's going to fly forward. Bound should be able to clean this one up. The camo would dissipate though. Even his position away momentarily, but the camo now comes back and finally runs out. As Optic have still just a 1 kill advantage. Scrap that. It's tied up again at 37.
Ooh, gets pinged from a blue angle though, so he has to play this very differently. Was not aware of it was going to be now Royal 2 actually from a dip angle, and it's 3 dead as a result. Look at that angle from Royal 2, and Shopify will now go into the lead here at 40-38.
It's 3 dead, like you say, with just 10 kills left in the game. That means Optic are going to be squad spawning together. Shopify can surround them here. They can create angles where Optic are going to have to be on the back foot firing out.
Lqgend is out, by the way. Lqgend gets out by himself.
That's so big from Lqgend. He gives Optic a way out. Renegade gets another, but Royal 2, he'll find one as well. It's a 1 kill game, but that kill from Lqgend somehow gets Optic out of spawn.
Yeah, buys them just a little bit of extra time. Lqgend might get taken down here, presumably. He does, but keeps Optic in it now. It's still a 2 kill game now at 44-42.
6 to go here for Shopify Rebellion. Renegade, though, last alive. Needs to get a trade in this situation, at least does so. But is the trade going to be enough for Shopify or Optic to make the comeback or close this game out? 5 now required for Shopify Rebellion. Bound trying to put pressure onto Royal 2 here on the snipe side.
Camo in 5 seconds could
Renegade
very well decide the game here. 46-44.
Big nade coming in from Cykul. That's going to find Formal. Optic a little bit trapped here in and around the RPR. The signal is to go here from Shopify Rebellion. They just need 2 in this situation, and LastShot has the camo.
Game in his hands here. Deja vu from your winners quarterfinals in Arlington. Can they collapse here? 48-45.
He's on the flank. It looks like Optic know that they don't have the camo. Avoiding those grenades. Renegade's trying to spot him out. They're all trapped here, Optic.
What's the call?
The whole team is in front of LastShot. He finds the kill, surely onto Lqgend here, gets 1! It's 1 to go, Renegade! On the RPR, tries to survive, survives! But it's Frosty! Who will get the 50th and silences the green wall!
Not the first time we've seen a main stage player gesturing to the Optic fans in the building. And how about the composure from LastShot? A target-rich environment for him with the camo. And he plays it like he's been here before, plays it slow. Had way too many options at the end, but works with the team to isolate those kills and that damage. And despite leading for nearly the entirety of game number 5, Optic will fall yet again in a game 5 in the winners quarterfinals against Shopify Rebellion. Optic Gaming goes to the elimination bracket.
Well, they did it once in Arlington, Optic Gaming. So if you're an Optic fan, hope is not lost. But for Shopify Rebellion, What a result that is, and I need to give you a huge amount of credit for talking about those Slayers. It is the difference maker again. Between the two teams, it's Optic who lose both the Slayers in the series, and ultimately, because of it, will lose the series.
Take a look at their stats here. 15 and 10 for Frosty in a game that they win by 4. And it really was those final set of plays here. As we said, the last camo could likely decide it, and it does. And I gotta say, down to the wire yet again. This is the rivalry and the series that keeps on giving. And I would say that I could watch this team all season long, but I have a feeling we will be watching this season. Excuse me, these teams all season long, Lottie. What a series here. Man. Beautifully done here, Mark. I mean, what a series. Once again, it's such a pleasure to cast.
Every single time we've seen them, it's been down to the final game. You know, whatever series it's been, it's down to the final game. And this is the series, once again, that goes down to that final game. 1-0, overtime. The bomb goes in for Optic Gaming. 50-47, just 3 kills separating the two teams. 2-1 Forbidden CTF. Could have gone either way. And then the one game you would say that was the one that really changed how this series felt was the Shopify Rebellion win, the 250-83 decimation of Optic Gaming on Stronghold's live fire. And then they close out in those final moments with that Game 5 Slayer.
They certainly do indeed. We got Frosty on our sofa right now. Boy, oh boy, that was a gauntlet once again against Optic Gaming for you guys, but you come out supreme. Again, very similar to Arlington. I have to ask you about that Strongholds, because there was a moment where I thought, oh no, Optic, they've got the momentum, they've got the power weapons, things are not looking so good. The second you shifted gears, it was unstoppable. That was unbelievable Halo out of you guys. Talk to me about that Strongholds, Frosty. How are you able to play perfect Halo like that as a team?